everybody. I want to thank you for your interest in an exciting new concept which most of you have a limited understanding. You've heard something about it. And each of you have expressed an initial interest in transitioning from your present roles within Railways Australia into becoming part of the new sales team for a new venture. And this new venture will be called Railway Adventure Tours. And we're actually going to use the acronym RAT for internal purposes. So when we talk about RAT, we're talking about Railway Adventure Tours. Now, today's seminar has three objectives. Firstly, to explain to you the rationale of why we're embarking on a new venture such as this. The second is to understand the underpinning reasons for RAT, or in other words, why will RAT exist, or what's the purpose of RAT? So that's 1 and 2. And then the third section is simply to address some of the initial questions or comments that have been submitted online, and we thank you for that. So let's move to the rationale, or the thinking behind the concept of creating RAT. The COVID-19 environment we've all lived in for the past 2 years has changed the way that people have taken holidays. With the closure of international travel, the caravan and camping industries saw phenomenal growth. Caravan and camper sales soared, as did their prices charged for caravans and campers. Now, our research suggests that when international flights are once again an option, that many people who have invested, say, up to $100,000 in a brand new caravan are not suddenly going to leave that just parked idle and start doing overseas holidays. They're actually going to keep and continue to do their camping holidays. They want to get value for money. And so domestic tourism is expected to remain high for years and years to come. So you might be asking, well, what does the caravanning industry have to do with Railways Australia? Well, it's as simple as this. Not everyone can afford to buy a brand new or even a second-hand caravan or camper. But those same people are watching those who can go on these amazing camping holidays, and they're putting it on Facebook and Instagram and social media, and people are flooded with images of our wonderful country, and there's a real desire to participate. So we're looking, or we're seeking to capitalise on that desire and enable people who can't afford to buy a caravan or camping gear to have what we call have the adventure without the expenditure. So they too can have a holiday, they can enjoy those things, but we provide the transport, we provide the accommodation. Railways Australia has a monopoly on train travel in Australia. We don't have any competitors. There is over 33,000 kilometres of rail track running back and forwards and around our great nation. So by developing Railway Adventure Tours, we will be ideally placed to offer a unique adventure experience for those who can't afford the caravan and camping option, or who don't want to camp, want a little bit more luxury. We see this as a golden opportunity. So that leads us to the second part of our presentation today, to understand the underpinning rationale or reasons for RAT. Why RAT will exist, or what is the purpose of RAT, remembering Railway Adventure Tours. And we've come up with this simple explanation. Our purpose, or the reason that RAT will exist, is to allow an increasing number of people to experience a varied range of adventure experiences that are accessed by rail as the main form of transport. Three key aspects in that. We are seeking to grow or increase the number of people using RAT. Return customers who want another experience and a different experience of a Railway Adventure Tour, and also new people who hear of how good it's been will be signing up as well. And social media will do the majority of our advertising for us. It's word of mouth. So one aspect is that it's going to be a growing or increasing. That's what we're going to look for. We're also offering a multiple. It's not one size fits all. It's not take one trip to one destination. There'll be multiple destinations targeting multiple different type of adventures that people want to have. So we're wanting a varied or a variety to offer a variety of different experiences. So grow, a variety, and then finally rail as our predominant mode of transport. We're not offering fly drive nor river cruises nor bus tours. There'll be some short stuff. It might be a shuttle bus to an area of interest. We may have a morning kayaking on some of the rivers, but predominantly people will travel and also be accommodated in luxury accommodation on one of our great trains. So, growth, variety, and being rail focused are the measurable markers that we'll be looking for in the future. So that leads us to our third aspect, which is simply to reply or to respond to some of the questions or the comments that have been submitted since this concept was first floated, and many of you may have written these in. So I'm just reading from some of the things that have come in. Now, I think the first one, it may be a joke. I kind of hope it's a joke. It's from someone calling themselves Long John Bronze, maybe a poor relative of Long John Silver, and I'll read it as it's written. R. Be there any boats involved? Long sea cruises be my speciality. Just in case it's a serious question, we are rail holidays. And apart, as I said before, from some kayaking adventures, rail is the key aspect. So that's one. The next one comes from someone that sounds they're either Pakistani or maybe some Dutch heritage. This one says, I have a bus license and I'm able to do long bus tours. Is there a position available to me? And it's signed Hacho at I Drive the Bus. Rail tours. Rail tours. Read my lips, people. Rail tours. Not bus tours, not sea tours, rail tours. So we've got a raft of questions from one person, from someone called Jono at Dad Jokes, hashtag. The first one says, I saw Long John Bronze. He had a rat in one hand and an apple pie in the other. I think he might be a pie rat. Okay. The next comment that Jono makes is, do we have to remember information from this seminar? If so, that would be a rat test. His next comment says, I beat 3 other people in applying for the sales role. I think I might have won the rat race. If we create a Railway Adventure Tours show bag, would that be called a rat bag? I can hit a target every time because I'm very accurate. What do you call a rat who works for a bureaucracy? A bureaucrat. And what do you call a rat related to nobility? You guessed it, an aristocrat. Please tell me that Jono is not applying to work for Railway Adventure Tours. The final request comes from, or it actually raises the issue of maybe employing a chaplain for our railway adventure tours, because this particular one says, please, please pray for me. I'm married to Jono at Dad Jokes. Well, I think we'd better leave it there. Thank you for participating in today's seminar. There will be more information in the weeks to come.